Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So obviously there have been some new rumors popping up that Nisqy could potentially be on the move, leaving FNATIC, heading back to Cloud9, and people have a ton of different mixed emotions and opinions about this, you know, whether or not he should be leaving FNATIC should be getting rid of him, whether Cloud9 should be taking him, whatever, you know, a ton of stuff on both sides, but it does leave the question, who is FNATIC's next mid laner going to be? It's a very, very big, prestigious position in League of Legends. That's what we're going to be talking about. But first, make sure you guys do check out the first link in the description below for my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/I_am_Germ. I would appreciate it a ton if you checked it out. We've been streaming a lot. Drop us a follow, maybe a prime, maybe a sub. That would be awesome. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, you know, speaking of my stream, I was actually streaming yesterday night talking about Wooloo's riddles, talking about offseason rumors, all this stuff. It was going really, really well. And Wooloo and Alejandro actually popped into my stream. Bloop was there for a little while too, so we actually were getting some juicy information, and yeah, they were asking us, you know, about FNATIC mid lane situation, all that stuff. They were, you know, obviously Wooloo had tweeted out that riddle of like C9 Nisqy with the binary and the Morse code and all that shit. And yeah, they were just kind of asking us, yeah, what do we think was going on, all that stuff. And they actually dropped a bomb on us about who they were saying could potentially be the next FNATIC mid laner. And that was Power of Evil. You know, they were saying, yeah, what do you guys think? Where's Power of Evil going to end up? You think you could see Power of Evil going back to FNATIC? And then ended up saying that that is one of the rumors that is going around. Now, again, Power of Evil is another guy who is very, very polarizing. You know, so is Nisqy. Nisqy, a lot of people love him, and there's good reasons to love him. Nisqy has done well. He's had a good career. He's a good player, good teammate, all that stuff. But there's some reasons to be skeptical and critical of Nisqy as well. Same thing with Power of Evil. So right now, a lot of FNATIC fans are in the spot of like, you know, would we rather have Nisqy? Would we rather have Power of Evil? What is FNATIC doing? Why are we kicking Nisqy, selling Nisqy, whatever, and going with Power of Evil? Why is this even an option? We're not saying at all that Power of Evil is going to be the next FNATIC mid laner. It seems like there's 3 names in that mix. Wooloo has said, and we can actually take a look at the Wooloo spreadsheet and stuff, because Wooloo had another stream today where he posted a new spreadsheet with all the updated, you know, information and everything. And you can see here for FNATIC as one of the options, he does still have Nisqy. He has said, you know, over here on the right side, you can see NA. He has C9 Nisqy as being likely. He thinks C9 buying Nisqy from FNATIC is the most likely outcome at this point. But it is not a done deal yet. That verbal agreement or whatever, you know, the contracts and everything, the buyout, is not officially in place. So FNATIC keeping Nisqy is still a very, very real possibility. He is not out yet. I mean, the rumor and stuff going around is that there is, you know, some drama, craziness, whatever happening inside FNATIC, and it's more so Nisqy wanting to leave FNATIC than FNATIC wanting to kick Nisqy, which I think is very, very believable. I think that's understandable. And then, you know, if Nisqy decides to leave FNATIC, that maybe Adam could decide to leave FNATIC too. You know, that was the other rumor going around yesterday, that Adam might go to BDS or whatever. But again, people are saying, yeah, why would FNATIC kick Nisqy, all this stuff? It seems like the other way around. It seems like Nisqy wants to leave, and, you know, maybe it's because he wants to go to Cloud9, maybe he wants to go to NA, maybe he doesn't like what's going on in FNATIC. I don't know, but again, maybe they make up, maybe things get better, maybe Nisqy decides to stay with FNATIC. But if the most likely outcome of Nisqy going back to North America, going back to Cloud9 does happen, it seems like Power of Evil is going to be the most likely option to replace him on FNATIC, which I think is very, very interesting. Again, Nisqy and Power of Evil both have some champ pool issues. They both are very, very strong in certain metas and really, really shine on certain champions, certain metas, certain times. But they both have some very, very clear weaknesses too. Now, I do think that when they're both at their best, I think Power of Evil is better. I would rather have Power of Evil than Nisqy. Power of Evil, you know, maybe hasn't had as much domestic success. You know, Nisqy has won a title, and I don't believe Power of Evil's won a title in his career. But Power of Evil's gotten out of groups at Worlds, which I don't believe Nisqy has done. I think Power of Evil has looked better internationally at times than Nisqy has. Yeah, you know, when they're both in the meta, on the right champions, you know, in the right compositions, I think Power of Evil, his ceiling's a little bit higher, and I also think his floor is a little bit higher in Power of Evil's. Now, after this last year, you know, Nisqy had a decent year for FNATIC, so maybe people are a little bit higher on Nisqy right now, but I really think that both of these guys are, I think this is more of a side grade than anything. I'm not going to call Power of Evil an upgrade from Nisqy or a downgrade. I think it's just kind of take your pick between the two guys, which is why I could see FNATIC Power of Evil making a ton of sense. Now, you do see that there is one more option there, and that is RKR, which is Reeker, who is currently the mid laner for Berlin International Gaming, big, whatever, in the ERLs. This guy is, a mid laner that's on a lot of people's radars. He is rumored to a couple of other teams. I know Wooloo has Reeker as a potential option for Mad Lions in the mid lane as well. So again, I don't know if Reeker is going to happen. And maybe going for an academy mid laner or an ERL mid laner would be exciting, giving FNATIC something young to build around for the future, especially if they lose Adam, because right now Adam is kind of, their like youthful piece that they're building towards the future with. But you do have to remember, look at the FNATIC lineup right now. Razork is coming to FNATIC. Upset and Hylissang are staying. They have one of the best bot lanes in the LEC, in the West. Some people would even argue maybe they have one of the better bot lanes in the world. Razork almost won, he was in the MVP conversation in the summer split of 2021. So they have one of the better junglers in the LEC in the West. So they have a very, very good team that can be really competitive into 2022, especially looking around the LEC. If Mad gets worse, if Rogue gets worse, if you think G2 has downgraded, FNATIC could very, very easily be the second best team in the LEC right behind Vitality. So, maybe going out and getting a veteran like Power of Evil that maybe he's not going to be absolutely insane. Maybe he's not going to be super, super cracked. But Power of Evil is going to be solid. He's going to, show up in some big moments, show up in some big games, be able to handle himself. He's a good teammate. He doesn't tilt. He's willing to play for the team. He does a lot of things well. He does a lot of things good. Maybe Power of Evil could fit into the FNATIC roster really, really well. Again, if you are going to lose Nisqy, if Nisqy does want to leave. I know, I feel like a lot of FNATIC fans aren't going to be super hyped up or super excited about landing Power of Evil, but I think they're kind of selling him short a little bit. I think this should maybe be more exciting. Now, again, absolutely not a done deal at all. Nisqy is still a very, very real possibility, and Reeker is always going to be an option. And again, if they do decide to sell off Nisqy and sell off Adam, Wooloo has no idea who the new top laner is going to be. There is some people saying that FNATIC Wonder would be cool. If Odoamne leaves Rogue, maybe FNATIC Odoamne could be interesting. Other than that, I don't know of a whole lot of, super, super interesting top lane options floating around for FNATIC. So I'm very, very curious to see what they're going to do there. But yeah, things are heating up. It's really a crazy, crazy time in the offseason. Obviously, here up on the screen, you have the rest of the Wooloo spreadsheet as well, so you can kind of take a look at who Wooloo thinks is locked in, who's likely, who's unlikely, all of this different stuff. But yeah, like I said, FNATIC is a massive, massive org. Huge fan base, very, very popular. Mid lane, one of the most prestigious positions in League of Legends, obviously. So the FNATIC mid lane position, potentially having an opening and potentially having a new person filling that role is a very, very big deal. Now, Power of Evil, it's fair to be critical of him. Reeker, you never know how young players are going to go. And Nisqy, kind of had an up and down year as well. Very, very interesting stuff. But just did want to give you guys the latest, rumor, speculation, everything that's going around, so you guys can stay in the loop. Offseason's heating up. It's getting fun. Expect tons more big stories coming soon. But just know that Power of Evil could be returning home to Europe. He could be headed to FNATIC to replace Nisqy as he heads back to North America and Cloud9. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think FNATIC should do in the mid lane? Nisqy, Power of Evil, Reeker. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!